Hi there, I'm Kevin Tharp, and today we're going to talk about Module 5. As we have been moving through the semester, we've learned a lot about technology, we've learned about systems, we've looked at the conflict between community and technology. And what we're going to do in this module, we're going to keep moving forward in that sort of general direction. And what we're looking at is socio-technical systems. So systems that are both about technology and about people. And so frankly, the technology that we use day in and day out, it's information and communication technologies. That means that we're dealing with data and communication, so interacting with other people. And that ability to interact with other people is both the opportunity and the challenge of these kind of systems, because as we all know, some people just aren't that great to interact with. And what ends up happening is we find people that are stealing identities, stealing data, uh, scams, you name it. You're aware of it because if been living, you've been involved with the internet, and you've found that there are a lot of actors out there that don't have your best interests at heart. But we're going to dig into that from a sort of a policy perspective, to look at what are the things that are involved with socio-technical systems. And that includes the ability to protect yourself, to protect data, all of that. So you'll be digging into that. I'll touch base on the specific activities in a couple of minutes, but let me go ahead and start with this right here. And I'm going to move myself just slightly, make myself a little bit smaller so that I'm not blocking the screen here, or not much of it. So what we're going to be dealing with is, again, it's socio-technical systems. There's a couple things that are coming up. First off, if you have an accommodation, a learning accommodation that is documented, then we need to start having you move towards, you'll need to work with Cengage or Certiport in order to get that accommodation. I can't turn on the accommodation for Certiport. Certiport is where you will be taking the final exam, the MOS Excel certification. And so in order to, for instance, if you have an extended time accommodation, you'll have to work with them to do it. We've got the instructions for that in here. I'm not going to go into that because that affects very few people, but it's important to those people that it does affect. So if you are one of those people who has a documented accommodation, go in, read that, and take the steps necessary. It takes a little time to work with Certiport to get those accommodations done. There's a couple of videos in here as well. We're going to start moving into some more sophisticated levels of projects, where instead of just learning the software, the Excel software, you're going to start applying it in to certain situations. This tells you how to the sort of nuts and bolts of how to go about doing that, but it also gives you the opportunity to learn how to use the feedback from that to help you to better understand the areas that you may need more help with the ultimate goal of helping you get to the level of understanding of Excel that you can pass that MOS certification exam, which is our final exam. So let's dig into the readings for this semester. We're looking at two chapters, Chapter 13, which deals with secure information systems, and Chapter 14, which deals with corporate and individual accountability. And that's where the first one is the technical, the second one is the socio, so where the people come in to that. And we've talked about in the community conflict how the society is usually lagging behind the technology in figuring out how to address some of these ethical, legal, and social issues. So we're going to be looking more in details about what's going on with that. And I mean, we see all of that playing out on a day-to-day basis. So now more than ever, it's important to look at the ethics and the legal and the societal implications of when you're dealing with these socio-technical systems. So we're going to be doing some of that. Uh, and just from a standpoint of disclosure, my PhD is in the social side of social technical systems. So it's called community informatics. And so I looked at how to use technology for community benefits. So any class that you ever have with me, we'll be talking about the ethics of how we're using the technology. This will be your introduction to that. So in this one, we've got again two chapters, chapter 13 and 14. And then you're going to be doing a lab on data security and privacy training. So you'll go through that, and it's a way of applying and learning a little bit more about how to protect yourself. Um, or and your data, your identity, those kind of things. We're going to continue a little bit with logic. We're going to be talking about Boolean search operators, and the assignment is going to be mastering Boolean search operators. For the Microsoft Excel, we're going to be doing the Moss skills training for managing charts. Um, and then you're going to be doing Capstone Project A Excel modules 1 to 4. So that's one of those more advanced kind of projects that you'll need to do to help you learn how to apply what you're learning in Excel. The other one is if you do need an accommodations request, there's a link down here at the bottom that will get you to that location. And so uh, this is an important module. All the modules are important, but to me, this is an important module because it really looks at you and the way that you interact with the socio-technical systems and others and how they interact with you via those systems. So very salient in today's society when more and more these things are coming into play in our day-to-day lives. So that's all I've got for now. I hope you are as interested in this stuff as I am. I would be surprised if you are, but let's go forward and do this. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.